hear me?
Yes.
I'd like to start this morning by first asking that all the veterans in the audience please stand up. Let's give them a round. Thank you. Good morning, Mount Pleasant, and thank you for joining me this morning as we recognize our veterans for their unwavering service to America. Across this great country and throughout the world, Americans paused this past Friday to honor our brave fighting men and women for 240 years have underwritten the freedom by their duty, honor, and selfless service. We recognize that all veterans have given something of their self to this country, and some have given all, laying down their very lives to defend the freedoms we hold so dear. This morning, as we reflect upon the blessings of our liberty, we ask that we may be faithful stewards of the freedom we have been granted. Let us never forget that we cannot rightfully celebrate the joy of our freedom without remembering the great price paid for that freedom. We stagger at the eternal debt we owe the untold number of American veterans who chose to set aside their personal ambitions and dreams to assure the well-being of our great nation. We, the living, are indeed the beneficiaries of those who made tremendous sacrifices for the advancement and surety of our liberty. I hope everyone here today has a special place in their heart for veterans. Without their service and sacrifices and the dedication of those in uniform today, America would not be free. Some veterans share stories about how their service changed their lives. Others kept memories of their war experiences tucked deep inside. All veterans fought for something greater than themselves, to protect freedom and the innocent by defeating tyranny and terrorism, and they have literally changed the world for the better. Older veterans who fought in World War II in Korea stand proud of their services that thwarted the plans of evil rulers. Vietnam veterans, despite having to fight a battle back home to protect their reputation, bravely and effectively fought in Southeast Asia to hold back communism. Veterans of Desert Shield and Desert Storm defeated Saddam Hussein and his attempt to take over Kuwait and control much of the world's oil supply. Our youngest combat veterans rallied strong after the 9/11 attacks on our American soil, and their comrades continue to battle terrorists where they live and train in Afghanistan, Iraq, and Syria. There are also veterans of special forces and other fast reaction teams who served in lesser known missions to keep America and global democracy safe, and the presence of millions of veterans on active duty during the Cold War and those who never deployed during wartime kept more wars from breaking out. As we recognize Veterans Day 2016, I hope you join me in showing great respect and honor to veterans of all ages. No one segment of our nation's population has been asked to do more for their country than veterans. In fact, our veterans have secured a peaceful future for many other nations across the world. Still today, ceremonies are held in many regions in Europe to honor American veterans who liberated their towns. Let us salute all veterans and those currently serving in the military for their courage and commitment. They are all American patriots. Let us also remember that their families have made enormous sacrifices to support their loved ones as he or she answered the call to defend America and preserve democracy worldwide. I would ask you to keep these men and women in your hearts and to remember every day the sacrifices they made so that we can enjoy the freedoms we have today. God bless our veterans, and God bless the United States of America.